At the whole, it's increasing at a rate greater than the nation as a whole. There are polls that show that people think that what we're doing is great. If anything, there are many people who feel that we should be doing more to protect health. So we think that this is going to be very popular, and as other things we've done, which were often initially controversial, have been.
Welcome back to the Foxhole. I'm your host, James Rosen in Washington. That was New York City Health Commissioner Dr. Tom Farley explaining the Big Apple's new attempt under Mayor Michael Bloomberg to ban big sugary drinks, citing mounting costs associated with obesity. But Stefan Friedman, spokesman for the New York City Beverage Association, responds, and I quote, "The New York City Health Department's unhealthy obsession with attacking soft drinks is again pushing them over the top. It's time," he says, "for serious health professionals to move on and seek solutions that are actually going to curb obesity. These zealots," Friedman concludes, these zealous proposals just distract from the hard work that needs to be done on this front. So, what about all this? Is this the nanny state for the 21st century in operation, or is it a responsible attempt to address a growing public policy problem, one perhaps with ramifications for the American global economy? This is trending online, and we want you too, using your Facebook and Twitter accounts, to chat with us right below the screen where you see me. Joining us from our Miami bureau is Neil Asbury, host of the radio program Made in America, and followable on Twitter via @NeilAsbury. And from New York, scene of the high-calorie contretemps, is Dr. Howard Shapiro, nutritionist and author of Eat and Beat Diabetes with Perfect Weight Loss. My thanks to you both. We begin with you, Doctor, in New York. Why is this really necessary?
Well, it's necessary because we're an obese population. That's the first thing. And it's necessary because obesity affects so many different diseases. Look at diabetes, for example. Diabetes is the #6 killer in the United States. It's a killer because we're an obese population. If you get diabetes by the age of 40, you run the risk of losing 11 to 14 years of your life. Children 11 and 12 years old, are getting adult onset diabetes. They're going to lose more years of their life. And this is the first generation that is expected to have a shorter lifespan than the previous generation. So, you know, Mayor Bloomberg is not making, is not setting government involved in this. What he's basically doing is making us aware. It was a press release to make us aware of how bad large portions of drinks are. And I think it's just as important as some of the other issues, and it doesn't really distract him from other issues.
Neil Asbury, is there some proper role for the government in trying to curb the healthcare costs and other public policy problems associated with obesity?
Well, not in this sort of a way. And as you said in the lead up to the segment, this is the rise of the nanny state. And I'm a big fan of Mayor Bloomberg. And I just can't believe that he got involved in this. I mean, it's not up to government bureaucrats to mandate what we should drink. I mean, look, prohibition is over. I wish that everybody would be doing shots of wheatgrass and drinking cocoa water. But it's not up to the government to tell us to do that. There is other ways of health education. And by the way, the soft drink industry, it's a good industry. It employs American people, and what they're only saying that they can't drink 24 ounces of soft drinks. But how about other beverages like margaritas? Can we drink 24-ounce beverages of margaritas? And how about those Reubens that I love at the Carnegie Deli? I mean, if we eat one of those every day, we're going to clog our arteries. So where does this stop? And it's just not the role of the government to be telling us we shouldn't drink these soft drinks. There's other ways of public education and health education to tell our children.
Neil, thank you there. David Larson chats to us. That is overreach by the mayor. The next thing you will see him doing is telling them there how to think. Doesn't Neil raise a good point, Dr. Shapiro? Doesn't Neil raise a good point in that there's lots of unhealthy things out there in society, but the government can't be in the business of foreclosing all of them for us, can they? I mean,
the government
just as a...
I'm sorry, go ahed.
Go ahead. Just as a practical matter.
Yeah. The government's not in the business of foreclosing anything. It's not going to impede the soft drink industry. This doesn't have any effect of what's sold in stores. He's not telling you that you can't buy soft drinks. He's just limiting what you get in venues, like in a stadium or in a theater. These portions are gigantic. They're enormous. They're ridiculous. And it does cause a health issue. It is not stopping the amount of sodas sold in any store. You don't buy margaritas and drink them all day, but we have children and we have families that are buying sodas and drink it in place of water all day long. That's the problem. We don't drink milkshakes all day. You don't have to address that. And you can't address everything. You address one thing at a time, which is why When Mayor Bloomberg addressed the smoking in restaurants, everybody was against it, and now they're not against it. And it did help reduce the disease. It's why when you mentioned that you should put labels on calories on foods, that people respond to it because they're educated. All we are doing is trying to educate people. I don't understand why we're afraid of it. Let me just show you.
But what is the role of the
Very
parent?
quickly,
This is the parent's role.
It's the what?
The parent's role is to raise their kids and to let them know what's right and wrong. Is it Mayor Bloomberg's role to tell our children, or isn't that the parents' job?
No, it's basically Mayor Bloomberg who wants to take on a challenge, just like the
Let's
president.
educate our
Just let me
parents,
finish.
then.
Just like the president's wife, to make the adults aware, because adults are not aware. These children are not aware. In 15 years, they're going to have children, and they're not aware, and that's why we have an obese population.
Let the host here jump in. Actually, let the host jump in. Can you read this tea? Chats, I'm going to sneak over to NJ, New Jersey, to get my big gulps. Neil, is there not, Neil, some valid reason for the government to see this as a public policy problem? The more obese people we have, the higher the healthcare costs, the problems we have in the hospitals, the administrative burden of it. Isn't there some role for the government in trying to curb these sorts of problems?
But and we have alcoholics as well, and we have people who eat too much sweets and pastries. But James, where does it stop? That's what I want to know. Where does it stop? Does the government now outlaw white bread? I mean, where does it stop? I would like the mayor to say that this is wrong and to tell the parents that you need to educate your children and you shouldn't be buying these sorts of things. But then to legislate it and to do it in this sort of way, it's just plainly wrong. It is the rise of the nanny state. Just across the river in New Jersey, in Fort Lee, 2 weeks ago, the city council is outlawing walking and texting. Again, the rise of the nanny state. We see it at the city, we see it at the state, and we see it at the federal level, and it is wrong. Don't take away the role of the parent, and that's what I believe that Mayor Bloomberg is trying to do.
Just let me say one thing. You have to educate the parents. Let me show you one thing. Are you aware of how much sugar is in one of these drinks? This is the size of the drink that I used to have when I was a kid. It's 8 ounces. This is the portion that is sold now in venues. Let me show you how much sugar, and I am sure none of you are aware of this, is in that
We love props. Go ahead.
One drink.
How about in a soft ice cream cone? How much sugar is in a soft ice cream cone?
Do we have soft ice cream cones all day long, but we drink this?
Dr. Shapiro, let me ask you a question here.
Sure.
Neil Asbury has just raised, in essence, the slippery slope argument. You yourself have called this part of a natural progression. You've suggested that first Mayor Bloomberg tried to regulate, with success, smoking in bars. Now he has moved on to big sugary drinks. What would you, sir, as someone who professes to be concerned about public health issues, what would you next like to see public authorities like mayors of big cities tackle that they haven't tackled yet? We're talking about tobacco, sugary drinks. What should come next, in your view?
Well, I think the portion sizes should come next. And we're not mandating that people should have small portions. But look at what the portions are in this country today. First of all, families are eating gigantic portions. People come from Europe and look at this food and they're appalled. Secondly, all the food is high in fat, high in calories. It's fast food. Both parents work. There's lots of issues to address. But
so you think that McDonald's and Burger King and Wendy's and so forth should properly be the subject of governmental action of some kind?
Not necessarily. I think that we should talk about portions first. I think we should show people that you don't have to have a gigantic portion. Look at the difference between a bottle of soda and what we're serving today. And think about what we're going to be serving in 5 or 10 years from now. People will be drinking out of buckets like horses. It gets to be a little ridiculous. Things get bigger all the time. We are getting bigger as a population all the time. The health issues in this country are worse all the time. And nobody is mandating anything. It's education. It's making an awareness. And apparently, everybody's afraid of that.
Neil Asbury, we have about 30 seconds left, and I want to get to you. What are you afraid will come next? You talk about a slippery slope. What will come next? Realistically speaking, where do you think the people who are on the opposite side of the aisle from you on this issue are going to target their efforts next?
Well, it could come from anywhere, and it can really come from anywhere. And actually, I can't answer that question because I'm always amazed at the next thing that they come up with. I mean, is it next that, is there too much fat in a Big Mac and now you can only buy one per person? I mean, where does it go from here? I mean, pastry shops, cakes, I mean, many different industries.
All right.
If you don't do it in moderation, I mean, everybody must learn moderation, and I understand that, but it's not the government's role to dictate it to us.
Okay, that's it.
It's the parents' role to educate.
Well, we love moderation everywhere except in cable news, and where we love to have extreme views. Thank you both very much for articulating for us. Neil Asbury, host of Made in America on radio, and Dr. Howard Shapiro, nutritionist and author of Eat and Beat Diabetes with Perfect Weight Loss. That's it for this edition of The Foxhole. We'll see you in 2 weeks, Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on live.foxnews.com. I'm James Rosen in Washington. Thanks for joining The Foxhole.